Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have from, let me adjust it, 1760 aged from Origin of St. Croix, Gary Nelthrop, Master Distiller, Cruzan Aged rum, aged between 2 and 4 years. I would call it a gold rum, but it is aged a minimum amount of time. I bought it for $9.99 at Albertsons. The competitor, Ronrico Gold Label, introduced 1860. This company, acquired by Seagram's at some point, sold off to Jim Beam Company in 1994 when Seagram's began to collapse. On the back of the bottle, there's a 1976 Ronrico Old Fashioned recipe. And then on the back of this, there is no cocktail recipe. All right. Why am I putting Ronrico up against Cruzan? Well, if you read the back of Ronrico, now the old labels used to say the pride of Puerto Rico since 1860 and all of that. Okay. But look at the back of this bottle, which I bought for $9.49 at Winn-Dixie, $9.49. So 50 cents a bottle difference. Not much of a difference, huh? Look what it says. Or listen to what it says. Bottled by Ronrico Rum Company, Frankfort and Claremont, Kentucky. So that's Jim Beam. But it says distilled at the Cruzan Rum Distillery, United States Virgin Islands. So this is distilled at Cruzan, United States Virgin Islands. And Cruzan is distilled, obviously, at Cruzan, United States Virgin Islands. And bottled in Deerfield, Illinois. So I should have put that on my notes. I'll have to update. Bottled in Illinois, bottled in Kentucky. Well, I could do that now. Let's see. Can I edit this now? Yeah, Cruzan, bottled in Illinois. Okay. Ronrico bottled, capitalize it, bottled in Kentucky, across the river. All right. Ronrico, big R, little R, Ronrico. Is there going to be a big difference between these? I don't know. The Ronrico has no age statement. I'm sure it's minimum. It's probably not even this dark. They probably add color. Although it's pretty light, gotta admit. It's pretty light. That's just the slightest bit gold. Nearly straw. So maybe it isn't colored. I know you're saying, don't say colored. It's a rum of color. I'm sorry, I meant to say a rum of color, not a colored rum. Come on, man. This is not 1955. A rum of color, sorry. All right. I have some social skill and awareness and proprietary insignia. All right. Cruzan embossed on the label. Fancy pants bottle. From the Caribbean. No, really in Illinois. Okay. Ronrico, it's the same bottle you'll see on Old Crow. Look at the same bottle design as Old Crow. Makes sense. Makes perfect, irrefutable sense. Ever since I dusted this room, I can't get this camera right. Let's see if I can position it just right. Okay, I think so now. All right. They're both gold. They're both pretty light. Poured a little too much of the Cruzan. Why do they call it Cruzan if it's the Nelthrop family? Why don't they call it Nelthrop rum? Because it's sent from St. Croix Island in the United States Virgin Islands. And the people who live on St. Croix are called Cruzians. Croisians, get it? Croisans. Croisans. The one on St. John are St. Johnsians, I guess. Louisianians, Texans, Floridians, Mississippians, Alabamians, Cruzians, St. Thomasians, St. Johnsians, Turks and Caicos Islandsians. All right. I think it's going to be a virtual tie. I mean, we're talking about a 50-cent price difference, and that can fluctuate store to store. And same distillery these days. I don't know what happened to the Ronrico distillery in Puerto Rico. Probably was sold to somebody else. Might be Don Q now. I don't know. Might have been a Don Q brand all along. You know what I'm saying? The what's the name of that? That starts with an S. Because that's the people that made the Palo Viejo, and has another one that Beam got a hold of, and it probably was acquired from Seagram's. But there's a connection now in Puerto Rico or something. Okay. It smells sweet, but not too sweet. It smells like rum. Do I prefer rum over whiskey? I suppose so. Do I prefer rum over brandy? I would probably go along with that. Sweet, but not too sweet. You get a little cane stalk, like a sugar cane stalk. You say, you mean the grass part. Yeah, something about that. Like sugar cane stalk, the grassy part, a little bit of oak. What about charred oak? I don't know about that. It's mild and mellow, mild and mellow. Now, I was talking to somebody. I like listening to him talk because he'll say stuff that's interesting, but I don't know if it's necessarily accurate. And I mentioned Ronrico, and he was like, oh, that stuff is terrible, horrible. You can only drink it as a mixer. Oh, he went on and on. I never had it before. And I was thinking, okay. And then I tasted it, and I thought to myself, exactly, just what I figured. It's not bad, like he's saying. He may never even have tried it outside of a mixed drink. You know, same, you know, that kind of people like that, you know. It doesn't make me angry. I just find it amusing when they say that. And I'll even say stuff just to hear what they're going to say. You know, like, you say, what are they here to entertain you? They're here to make you laugh. They're a clown. Yeah, in some ways. This one's more grassy, or I should say grassier. Grassier. So this one is more grassy, meaning like the bitter grass, and less sweet. And this one is sweeter and less grassy. And a little wood nose, a little wood. And this one, I was going to say no, but yeah, it is a little oak. They both taste really nice. Cruzan is a brand people like to slag on, talk dog about it, terrible, horrible, trash, garbage, so on. I didn't find that. It wasn't exactly fabulous. It wasn't glamorous, but it wasn't bad, like some people say. So, but it wasn't great, like another guy says either. Somebody, I go to baseball, sit by at baseball games talking about Cruzan is so great. And I tried it. I was like, it's certainly not great. It's, you know, it's fine, but Daryl must see us. Good morning, Ronald. Good morning to you, Daryl. It's very early in California. All right. Fire will burning in the air. All right. Cheers, everybody. I don't know if I'll be able to tell them apart. You will not be able. All right. Sugary wood. You say sugary wood. Okay, that sugar flavored wood. Yeah, like lightly browned sugar flavored wood. Sounds bizarre, like the Some Bizarre Show on Night Flight, but it does have that. A woodiness, not really charcoal though, just lightly brown sugar. It's nice. You like sweet drinks? You like candy drinks? You like 40% alcohol candy drinks at 5:40 a.m.? This could be one. This could be one for you. Now, over here. $5:46 a.m., I should say. More wood, more wood. Almost like you could say a little bit of a sharp, almost overdone wood taste. Maybe you could say it's too much barrel, too much wood. No char, really, just wood. You like to, a little bite from the wood. Drier, less sweet. Woodier, less sugarier. Okay, I think I know which is which now. I think this is the Cruzan, because my recollection of Cruzan was a little sharp, woody note, which I didn't exactly love. Less sugariness. I'm not saying that when I taste these, I want it to be a sugar bomb, like the doggone Caliber Silver Caribbean, which is like drinking rock candy and cotton candy. They went berserk. But it is nice to have a little sweetness and not just be all wood. This is not all wood, but it is predominantly that. Over here, that one is not all brown sugar, light brown sugar either, but it's predominantly that. So do these taste similar? I wouldn't say so. So this idea that somebody might have that all Ronrico is a rebottled Cruzan, that's not correct. It comes from Cruzan Distillery. They are very obviously using a different recipe. They probably just, when they bought the brands from Seagram's in 1994, Seagram said, here's what we do. Here's the portfolio. Here's the package. Here's the paperwork. Thanks for the cash. We need it bad. And do what you want. So probably just continued the format. 6 years later, there was no more Seagram's anyway. It's been gone for 20 years. And when they sold off their last assets 20 years ago to Pernod Ricard, who took over the Seagram's gin, probably their most popular brand, I'm sure they just continued their protocols, their recipe, their algorithm. Well, I messed it up. It's the most popular gin in America, so let's take it and ruin it. No, wrong. They didn't do that. Diageo took over Seagram's 7 Crown whiskey. You think they said, let's make it cheaper and worse, and then people won't like it, and we can take a brand that was really popular and make it where it won't sell, then we'll lose money. I'm pretty sure that they didn't do that. It's probably the same as it was before, except all of these products, as you know, or as you may know, used to all be around 86 to 90 proof 30, 40 years ago, 86 to 90 proof. For whatever reason, they almost, not all, but almost all of them were dropped to 80. Was it to save money? Was it to fit the modern drinker's taste profile, which is lighter? That's making me think that's what it is. Beer went lighter and this went light. You say, what about craft beer? Yeah, well, what about craft liquor? Same thing. They got high, super high proof. 100, 62.5% alcohol and all that. But that's not a big part of the market. That's a small part. It's a niche part. It's an interesting part. And there's craft liquor drinkers, craft beer, but it's not the main money maker. So which one do I prefer here? I prefer the sweeter one. The light brown sugar taste. It's mild, it's mellow, it's sweet, it's enjoyable. Has some woody qualities, but they're not too strong. And it's more appealing to me. Do I mind this one over here? I don't mind it. It's nice and everything. It's just not as good to me. And I think it's the Cruzan, because my whole thinking about Cruzan all along, since I've been sipping on it for a year now, I guess 8 months, is that it's got a little rough edge around the end and around the sip, and kind of turns me off a little bit. But it's probably by design. It's probably supposed to have that little bite to it. So they got millions of people every day sip on it like it. So I can't disparage it. It's just not as good as this other one. So I think this is the Ronrico. If it has big R, little r, Ronrico, RR, then I know it's Ronrico. If it doesn't say it, I know I'm wrong. What about the Ronrico silver label? Well, I haven't had it yet. I got it. I bought both bottles at Winn-Dixie. It was the same price, $9.49. Could have got it cheaper than that at Zupardo's, but I didn't really want the big plastic handle bottles, to tell you the truth. I preferred the glass, and I didn't need as much volume. I don't need all this volume, people. I guess it's good, but I mean, it ain't really good because I've got to dissipate it, and I'm just trying to taste them, and I'm not going to drink them. I'm just going to use them in taste challenges. I never drink these things. Never. I just never do. If I did, I'd admit it. Do I ever just sit and drink whiskey or rum or brandy? I just do not. You might say, well, you're nothing but Mr. Wimpy. You're not a man who parties. You're not a imbiber of the alcoholic world, Oh, well, I keep busy enough on it. All right. So, Ronrico, please be Ronrico. Oh, how you feel played? I do feel played. Not too bad, because actually this says that's the Ronrico. The woodier one is the Ronrico, the harsher one. Oh, shows you what I know. Well, I don't know too much, because my experience with Cruzan is, I'm 45% through the bottle, so I have some familiarity with it. But the Cruzan over there. Now the Ronrico, I tasted it once. I did a solo review and I liked it. That was my experience. Never drank it before or since until just now. So sometimes it takes a little while to get used to these things. Okay. Nice label. The beach, a cabana out there, You can see the liquor bottles out there on the cabana at the resort. It's like at the resort, and you go out there and there's no bartender though, so you have to serve yourself, I guess. Leave what you think is fair. Okay, I'll have to remember that in my mind. The Ronrico has that sharp woody note. Oh, not a problem. Not going to be a problem. So I prefer the Cruzan. All right. What's the next one coming up? This will be a blowout. Believe me. If you want to save some time and effort, don't watch those, because that's going to be a fiasco, really. The Ronrico's fine. It's fine, but its chief competitor back in the 70s and 80s was Bacardi. They were kind of like, we're better than Bacardi. And most people in the world were like, nah, you're not really. And then Seagram's just gave up on that attempt and they sold it off to Beam. And Beam sure wasn't going to promote it. They just stuck it on the shelf and said, there it is, buy it or don't buy it. And it, you know, trickles out the stove for the last 26 years. But Bacardi Gold is going to destroy Ronrico. I'm telling you, don't even watch because it's going to be a blowout. All it's going to be is me saying, oh, this is killing it. There's no chance. Now, the Bacardi be $12.99. So it'll cost $2.50 more at least. Is that worth it? Heck yeah, it's going to be worth it. It's worth it. You pay the money, you get way better. Okay, there's no way Ronrico can compete with Bacardi. It didn't compete on sales, and it is not going to compete on taste. No way. It's not going to happen. Cannot happen. It will not happen. It's an impossibility. Then it's going to get worse because it's going to be Bacardi 8-year aged. Think about how bad that's going to be. And the Bacardi Gran Reserva Diaz, the 10-year. My friend David wanted to taste some. We had just done a whole bunch of beer reviews, and he said, I'm going to drive home now. He seemed pretty fine. Then he said, well, let me taste some of this Bacardi 10-year. I poured in just a little bit. He says, really? I'm like, wait a minute. You're about to leave. You're driving home. I'm not giving you a big guzzle serving of Bacardi Gran Reserva Diaz. Now, if he wants to sit down, take deep breaths, we calm down. We do a review of Bacardi Gran Reserva Diaz, aged 10 years. Okay, fine. Then you could have more than a little sample. You know. After you just finish telling me you don't even like rum, you know. So, because it's too sugary, whatever. But you know what I think I'm going to do? Here's what I think I'm going to, I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. Before I do the Bacardi, I'm going to do the Castillo Gold because it's budget price. I mean, I saw it at Mathern's for $6.99 for a $7.50, $6.99. But I bought a liter for $6.99. True story. I bought a liter of Castillo Gold, introduced in 1914. Oh, yeah. A liter for $6.99. Is that a normal price? No. Are you likely to see that price? No. Was I glad I found that price? Yeah. I mean, $6.99 a bottle is a good deal. Got it on sale at my turn. I don't know what to think. I don't know who's going to win, Cruzan or Ronrico or Castillo. But it'll be close because Castillo is like the budget brand for Bacardi International. And Ronrico is like the budget brand for Jim Beam-Suntory. So have at it. I think it'll be a nice battle, nice showdown. Then I can bring in the Bacardi, the premium brand, which isn't going to be worth watching. Then the Appleton Estate, which is going to really be worth nothing to watch because that Appleton Estate blew up every rum I have. And that's just the base model, the signature, Appleton Estate Signature Edition. There's no way. No way. I mean, if you want to watch something laughable, just for entertainment purposes, go ahead. There'd be no kind of contest. Appleton Estate. Pshaw. No way, Jose. But anyway, it's in the mix. And then to close that out, we'll do Ronrico Gold Label versus Skull. Now, that might be a good one because Skull is very woody, but it's dry. It's so dry. And when your mouth is getting dry, you know you're plenty hot. So the Skull Gold is dry and woody. And that's going to be interesting. And I got that for $6.99 a liter. Then I got the Ron Pontalba Gold. Well, that's just run-of-the-mill, ordinary in every way. Not bad. I never said it was bad. I say ordinary in every way. That's why it's $6.99 a liter because, I mean, yeah, a liter because it's neutral. You know, it's like nothing. That's a real neutral one. People talk about have no flavor. There you go. And then there's there's one more, the Skull, the Ron Pontalba, the No, maybe the Castillo was the other one. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it for the golds. For the golds. And then we're going to pivot into rye whiskey. You say, well, that's something I'll be excited about. This rum stuff got me down, got me depressed, got me not want to watch. I like the rums. I like to watch. I mean, I'm making the video, so I got to watch it as I make it because I'm making it. But you know what I'm saying? I love the rums. But the rye whiskey is going to be so exciting. I have to bring it back. I couldn't resist. I had to bring it back, especially for $17.99 a bottle. I had to bring back Sazerac Rye. It's been 5 years since I reviewed it anyway. So I said, I got to, and I had a fresh unopened bottle 5 years ago, if you remember. Thank you, Sonia. Somebody gave it to her. She, in no way she was going to drink it. So she just probably didn't like rye or didn't think she would like it. Oh, Sazerac Rye is so good, and it's going to go up against Dickel Rye, which it's going to beat Dickel Rye, and it's going to go. I think it's going to go up against Jack Daniel's. I'm sorry, Jack Daniel's Rye. That'll be close. I got more. I can't remember, but those will be close. Those will be close. Johnny Tactical says, Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Good morning, Ron. Oh, thank you. Good morning to you. So there's the rest of the news is starting. That's it for the Cruzan. I'm sorry, Ronrico. Ronrico. All right, thanks. And on to the news. Y'all have a good Saturday. Go Tulane.